This is breaking news in the middle of the Florida Mar-a-Lago documents case on Donald Trump. This is where the government tried to say he illegally held documents, the exact same thing that Biden did and got away with. Trump's getting nailed. They're trying to just, interfere with the election. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots all collect, hang, and get informed on the news. I try to keep it focused on the Trump trials because that's the biggest Democrat effort this year to screw with the election. And so as it all dismantles and falls apart before their very eyes, we are documenting every moment of it. This is the motorcade of Trump arriving in Florida.
Okay, we're seeing something in Florida. This is Fort Pierce now, and Donald Trump just showed up screen right. And look what's going on screen left. Wow.
Actual news today, guys. You need to know this today, right now. But this is ALX. I love this quote from Twitter. More people showed up for Donald Trump when he goes to court than show up for Joe Biden when he hosts rallies. No one wants to see Biden. There's no excitement. Trump goes to court and look what happens. His polls goes up and he turns it into a campaign event.
The case is whether or not it could get bumped. This is the documents matter that pertains to Mar-a-Lago after the president left the White House. And we're going to see whether or not the trial date stands up or what they decide to do. But that is some turnout there.
On what Fox is saying, this whole case today in Florida is just about the court date. It has to be pushed, and Jack Smith wants to hurry it. So they're having this court date on can they move it. It really doesn't matter whether if they push it, go earlier, later, whatever. The point is Jack Smith is using this for politics, and Aileen Cannon, the judge, just ain't going to move. She does not like being manipulated by these apparatchiks, and she doesn't think the documents case is some big emergency that has to be settled before the election.
This is why this works with the campaign. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work against the campaign. It takes him off the campaign trail, but in many ways it puts him right on it because this is a huge outpouring of support.
It doesn't take him off the campaign trail. And that's what the Democrats speculated with all these lawsuits. They're we're finally going to get Trump. We're going to beat that guy. We're going to take him off of the campaign trail. The campaign trail just follows him to the courthouses. Another huge backfire on Biden's corrupt Department of Justice and Jack Smith. Your plan is falling apart. It didn't work. You guessed, you speculated, you're wrong. Here's Julie Kelly on Twitter walking us through today's Florida case. Julie Kelly, right now, they're in lunch break in Florida courtroom of Judge Cannon in classified documents case. President Trump arrived at 9:55 this morning, along with his attorneys and co-defendants. Now, I'm only giving you the timeline so that you can see. So by the end of this day, this case will be done and decided on if they keep the date or not. Special counsel Jack Smith here too, but did not speak during morning session. Judge Cannon appears unfazed by yet another historic hearing in her courtroom. She peppered Smith's team with questions about timing of the new trial date, the Department of Justice asking for early July, and the very contentious issue about scope of prosecution team. So this is about, remember, the scope that's contentious is Jack Smith is trying to keep it narrow and private and secret with redacted documents, and no, you can't look there, no, you can't touch that. And Aileen Cannon's going no. We're going to remove all the redaction, let people have access to all these files in public, and it's going to end up revealing just how deep and thick the FBI and the Department of Justice all have their greasy, giant government hands all over this thing. At the outset, Judge Cannon stated the special counsel, Jack Smith's new proposed trial schedule, May 20th trial date will be vacated, leading to trial date of July 8th. Is unrealistic given at least 13 outstanding motions and intense SIPA litigation. That is the special guidance on the handling access to classified evidence before and during the trial. See, Aileen Cannon can't just go, okay, you can handle all these presidential documents that Trump is going to trial for. See, that's how you know Jack Smith and Biden do not care about these documents. They're going, No, just let the jury handle them. Let everyone grope them. Let everyone see them, but don't let the information out. See, and Aileen Cannon's going, no, you have to redact them. You have to very carefully to allow people to see them and move the trial forward. There's so much bureaucracy in this, guys. And these classified documents, when they're labeled classified, they can have secrets. You know what I mean? Huge, giant governmental secrets they do not want you to know about. So they have to go slow. And that's why Jack Smith is crying and wetting his pants. Another issue is Alvin and the Chipmunks Bragg's out in New York. Alvin Bragg's prosecution of Trump later this month. Trial is expected to begin March 25th and last between 6 to 8 weeks. That's 2 months. Let's put them out to, let's see, April, the end of May, interrupting Trump's ability to attend any court proceedings in Florida for almost 2 months. So they can't push Aileen Cannon's up. And whose fault is that? Is that Trump's fault? Is that Aileen Cannon's fault? They're all saying, oh, Aileen Cannon, she's a Trump appointee and she's just crooked. No, who's the one who Alvin Bragg did this? It's not Aileen Cannon's fault. Alvin Bragg, these Democrats have loaded up the calendar so much that they're starting to conflict, and that's wonderful. When Smith's team tried to blame Trump attorney Chris Keiss for taking on both the Bragg case and the classified documents case, and argued his work schedule related to both matters could not preclude the Florida trial from moving forward, Judge Canada reminded the Department of Justice that right to access all court proceedings doesn't apply to the lawyers, but to the accused. It doesn't apply to Jack Smith and his team. It applies to the accused, that is Trump. He has the rights. In January, Trump filed a lengthy motion detailing numerous government agencies, including the Biden White House, involved in the investigation and prosecution of the classified documents case. Agencies included NARA, that's the National Archives that are corrupt, Department of Justice, corrupt, FBI, corrupt, HQ, don't know what that is, the Intelligence Community, Department of Defense, Department of Environment or Energy, Department of Energy, and the other usual suspects. Contrary to public assertions and Jack Smith's indictment, it appears National Archives and Department of Justice and even the Biden White House General Counsel were in cahoots as early as spring of 2021 to concoct a documents charge against Trump, just in case he was going to run for president. So that shows that they were colluding early on to get him, okay? And they're denying that. They're going, no, this isn't a conspiracy at all. We didn't conspire with each other. Department of Justice says FBI opened an investigation into mishandling of classified documents in March of 2022, after the National Archives sent a criminal referral following the alleged discovery of files with, quote, classified markings in the 15 boxes Team Trump gave to NARA, National Archives, in January of 2022. So as you can see, this is all about timeline, guys. This is about the manipulation of time. And the Team Biden can't work fast enough against Trump. But the defense team has evidence. That's Trump, is the defense team has evidence, including emails and other records to dispute that. So they want an evidentiary hearing on the full scope of the prosecution team to determine which federal agencies or officials must meet Jenks, Giglio, and Brady discovery obligations. So they have these names for these different discoveries, and they're going to try and pull all this data out of the FBI, National Archives, Department of Justice. It's going to be beautiful. Basically, the people who hold the nuclear codes, basically they could just send out subpoenas to all these people, tie this court case up for 4 years. Meanwhile, Trump becomes president. New Department of Justice comes in and tells them all these investigations, all these trials end. But Judge Cannon pushed Jay Bratt, the lead prosecutor in classified documents case, also involved in the investigation before Jack Smith was appointed. He visited Mar-a-Lago with 3 FBI agents in June of 2022 to admit at least 3 FBI officials from FBI headquarters were involved as well. Therefore, they already have FBI headquarters saying, basically proving Jack Smith was a liar when he said he wasn't colluding with other people, high ups. Jack Smith is fighting not just the motion to compel discovery based on Trump's scope of prosecution team, but doesn't even want Judge Cannon to hold an evidentiary hearing on the matter, where she can just say, it's like opening up an investigation saying, how much evidence is there? And then Trump's team can suggest evidence. And Brat said very emphatically, quote, we need to bring this case to trial this summer. Hurry. Judge Cannon again sounded skeptical. Quote, look, and this isn't political, guys. It's not political for a judge to say this. Quote, there's a lot of pretrial work that has to be done, and it needs to be done properly and correctly. That's how we're going to conclude this episode, because Jack Smith does not care about properly or correctly. He's all, you don't understand, Judge Cannon. The ends justify the means, and our ends are we have to get Trump. And that means the means will be you will do this sloppily, improperly, and incorrectly. You'll do this now. And this is good news for Trump, guys. This puts Biden's going like, my plan to use lawfare against Trump, use my corrupt Department of Justice Merrick Garland didn't work against that Aileen Cannon, that woman. We have to get that woman. Why is this woman a judge? Why should women even go practice law? She should be in the kitchen. That's what the Democrat feminists are saying about her as they mansplain to her and defend Jack Smith, a man. I love playing these games against the Democrats. They don't like it when you play it against them. That's why we play it all day right here. I'm Doug in Exile.